Well, hey, can we hear? Let me make sure we can hear and the audio's working. Hey, can you hear me? Hello. Can we hear? Hola, eh. Uh, Let me see if we've got some slides. Once you come in, please let me know if you can hear me. I do want some slides, but I don't want to present them yet. Google Slides. Can you hear me? Remove from studio. Good morning. Yes, I hear you. Okay. I wasn't sure if you could hear because I can't. It doesn't tell me that you can't. But good morning. Yes, we can hear. Yay. Good morning. I just finished my well, I was done long before they were done, but I just finished giving the students their first startup assessment to see what's going on so they can get themselves up and running for the semester. Let's go ahead and share screens. I was hoping we would finish today earlier, but it didn't seem like that was the way it went. So we work with what we got. Okay. Let me see what we're looking like though. There we go. Alrighty. Looking at the market open today. SPX. Let's change this to SPX. I get so spoiled at home because I have two screens to look at. I may have to get me one of those things that you plug into the laptop and it allows you to see the other sides. I may have to do that. Or I can also go and look at myself live so that way I can see what you see. Let me make sure I turn down the volume. Yep. So I can see what do you see? What I see. Okay, I want to take this. It's on the 2-minute chart. We opened here at 4702 this morning. Had a little bit of an upward movement happening. Now I can see what you see. So we opened here, like I said, at 4702. Have had a little bit of an upward ride. Let's turn over to 15 because now we can look to see if there's a breakout that has happened or if it is in progress. Is there a breakout in progress? Okay, that's the top of our 15-minute candle. And this is the bottom of our 15-minute candle. Okay, so looks like this candle, the second 15-minute candle, is attempting, it's made a little bit of its way out of this top part here. So that's where we're currently at 4710 here. I want to go and make sure that we let's go to our slides. Nope, here we go. Go here. Let's add our slides to the stage. I need my screens. Okay, so these are the it's running behind. This is the earnings that are coming up. This morning we had Helen of Troy, and we had, I want to say that was CRM at the top, and we've got Accolade and Jeffries is having earnings today. Our numbers for Adam. I click over and then I'm ready to start talking about it and it hasn't populated to the places yet. I got to keep that in mind. On Friday, SPX finally back tested the 4669 December 13th FOMC breakout level, and it rallied to 47.17 plus target. After incredible volatility on Friday, yes, we are now into messy chop. Messy chop, it says. Plan today, 46.93 to 88 is support. 46.93 to 46.88, that zone is support. We're pretty much holding there. Now we're out of that though. We're in the 47s. This keep 47.06 as our first target. Ah, great, Saida. Then we're probably going to dip 47.16 plus live. And then 46, when 46 or if 46.48 fails, then we sail to 46. Okay, this needs to say 46.88. This should say 46.88. If 46.88 fails, that's what this number should say, not 46.48, 46.88. Then we see 46.80 and 46.69. Okay. If 46.88 fails, it's the same as this number up here. If it fails, then we can drop to 46, 468, 4680, and 4669. I really thought I had edited that inside of our thingamajigger, but I guess not. Let's go look at it here though. I need to share screen though in order for you to see that. I gotta remove this from the. What's this add to the stage? Okay. Present. Let's do this right screen since we seem to be struggling. Entire screen. There we go. Allow. I need my two screens. I'm so spoiled. So spoiled with it. I need both my screens. Here we go. This is the updated. It still hasn't populated. Oh, that's Facebook. It's probably showing on YouTube already. I can't see myself live on YouTube. I got to figure out how to do that. Anyway, on SPX, we back tested to 46.69. It says up here, rallied to 47.17 target. Incredible volatility Friday. We're now into messy chop. The plan today, 46.93 to 88 is support, and it's holding. This keeps 47.06, which is where we are now, a little above that. Dip 47.16 plus. Those are live. And if 46.88 fails, then we sell to 46.80 and 46.69. If you're looking at XSP, let's say you want to look for XSP here, then you looking at top number 472 on the call side and 466 on the put side. All right. So if you're trading XSP, this is how we're using Adam's numbers. We thank Adam. He's, a Twitterer. He trades the ES and he trades level to level as a buyer. We take those numbers, look at the gap between ES and SPX, and that's why you see these numbers have been adjusted. So we use them on SPX, and these are the targets. There's about a 40-point gap between ES and SPX right now. It's a little less than 40, but 40 is a nice round number. So that gap between the two allows us to create these numbers and to come with that. Okay. Okay. Let's go back and add our option trades for the week. Not sure why that banner is staying right there. We don't need that banner to be there. We're for StreamYard. How do we get rid of that banner, StreamYard? We don't need you. The live viewer comments show up on StreamYard. I don't know why we need that there. I don't need that. Maybe I have to change out the banner to something else and then it'll go away. I'm going to change it to something and see if that one goes. Oh, yeah. And then when I hide this, yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, no, it came back. Oh, no, it's gone. It's gone here. So that means it'll be gone there in a minute. We've got some cash secure puts on the list. If you were on the call with me last night, we looked through some of these yesterday. Riot, Mara, Upstart, Affirm, Clean Spark, ANVS, QS, Peloton, and Wolf. And we got some call credit spreads over here, some put credit spreads. We actually came up with some numbers and some trades yesterday. I hope you all looked at the video to see what did we have, or if you were on live, we did put some comments and whatever in the chat yesterday. Yesterday when we were on with the YouTube video yesterday evening, we were there. All right. Let's go ahead and go back to Trading View. I'm not sure why you disconnected. I still need you. Oh no, not there. That's why you disconnected. Let's go and check out the stuff we normally look at in the morning. Open URLs. We'll start with our VIX because we got some meetings happening this week, and I want to make sure that we're aware of what's happening this week, so that way we can make sure that we're avoiding any issues. Avoiding any issues. Allow. Then we're going here. Okay, we're going to start with the VIX. Starting with the VIX here. The VIX is at 13.35 right now. 13.35. It's up, down. Sorry, it's down just a bit. 0.78. When the VIX is down, the market is up. Let me see. Is it sharing the screen? Facebook seems to run a little slower than YouTube. I feel like we should be sharing the screen, but it doesn't look like we are. I guess I have to allow. I need my two screens. It's so spoiled. I'm so spoiled I am. I need it to be this one, and then I need this. There we go. So spoiled I am. Two screens. I can see different things at different places. Come on. There we go. Populated. All righty. So the VIX is at 13.35. It is down 0.78 at this point. VIX is down many times means that the market is up. All right. Meetings for today. We have Monday, January the 8th. FOMC member Bostic is going to speak at noon. And then at 3 o'clock, we're going to have consumer credit month over month. Both yellow folders may not have a whole lot of volatility happening today. The market, I guess, can go up or down, whichever it decides to do. Nothing's really making it go really one way or the other. Tomorrow, we've got a few yellow folders as well. Keep that in mind as you're trading. For if you're doing trades for the week, you always want to look at other things that are happening during the week. Wednesday, we've got some yellow folders. Again, crude oil inventory. 10-year bonds is actually an orange folder. FOMC member Williams will speak. Then we'll go to Thursday. Thursday and Friday is where the fireworks comes in. Thursday and Friday is the fireworks. Thursday and Friday. We're going to have CPI on Thursday, unemployment claims on Thursday, and 30-year bond auction. That's all Thursday. But the heat is probably going to come with this CPI stuff, which is before the market opens. And then on Friday, we've got PPI before market opens. Okay, anytime we're talking about CPI, PPI, we're talking about the inflation, the recession, the da's. All these are those important numbers that let the market know and economists know how well our economy is doing. Excuse me. Lets us know how well the economy is doing. So Thursday and Friday, we're probably going to have a few more fireworks. Okay. Fire, fire, fire. You're going to be just, be mindful about that because there will be fireworks. Looking here at SPX, once again, let's go to the 15-minute chart, which we're still on. We did break out of this. So now it's about 10 o'clock now. We do look, again, our community looks for a breakout. Once we get a breakout, we trade with the trend. So breakout means we maybe put credit spread on first. We still got about 10 or 15 minutes to confirm that we're going this direction, because the 10 o'clock turnaround, I'm not sure if anybody's ever heard of the 10 o'clock turnaround, but 10 o'clock turnaround can be a thing. Basically means that around 10 o'clock, the stocks can hit a place and then reverse. Because after by 9:45, 10 o'clock is when all the orders that were put in place over the weekend that people that they've got processed first thing in the morning. Then all those orders are cleared out, and then you're now getting the orders that are today and things that are happening today, right? So 10 o'clock, we usually give it a minute, make sure the 10 o'clock clears. And about 10:15, we really look to see that the breakout has actually been confirmed. Some folks jump in around 10. It's really all these things are up to you because basically, you're the CEO of your own portfolio. I'm not an investment advisor. I'm not advising people to do anything. I'm just saying, telling you what I do, telling you what we see, telling you what might be what, right? But you manage your own portfolio. So if you decide to jump in a little bit early, that's of course fine. Just make sure that you're following your trading plan. Hopefully you have a trading plan and you're following it. Yes? Okay. But I do see, looks like there may be a breakout here. I'd give it a few more minutes to make sure that's the case. We were looking yesterday at ENPH. Right, we looked at ENPH. Before I went there, I wanted to go to see. Well, let's see what Yahoo Finance had to say. Anything this morning? Boeing shares slump after FAA grounds the MAX 9 jets. Ooh. Wall Street reacts to Boeing's tumble after MAX fiasco. This is no good. Boeing is that stock that's probably having a few issues. We'll go look at it right real quick. NASDAQ pops, but Dow sags as Boeing plunges. Boeing is what, BA? Yep, Boeing is BA. I don't know if I'd call this a plunge, but let's see. Maybe we look at the daily chart and see if it gapped down. Yep, maybe that's the plunge. Yep. They took the nasty plunge. It closed on Friday. Boeing closed on Friday at 248, 249 and some change, and it opened today at 227. I guess we would call that a plunge. This big gap here between these two would be called a plunge. Right? There's a gap between here. Let me see. Get me a line. I don't want that line. I want a horizontal line. Okay, let's change this to a dash line. Lets me know that it's a gap. Helps me to know that when I come back to it, that's what this was. It was the gap. So they closed at, like I said, 249, and then they opened this morning at 227. So that's about a 20-point drop this morning. Let me put a little note in here. This is a seller's gap. Okay, right in here between these two. Generally, markets like to fill their gaps, though. Stocks like to fill the gap. May or may not happen, today, but just know that stocks do like to fill their gap. But you can look here to see that Boeing has been on a nice little upward ride from back even from October, the end of October, all the way up until December 21st. They have been on a run, and then they started to pull back after that. Right? So this is where we are now. They have come to, if we look for some support down here, there's probably some support in this area. Looks like I see prices slowing down in here. Right in this area, based on this stuff here, I'm going to make this a solid line though, because I don't want this to look like it's the gap. 219 looks like it may be some support if there's some more falling. That's Boeing for this morning. So keep that in mind as you look to see, how do we trade these things. Sometimes we use opportunities. The market presents an opportunity to you, and you say, okay, let's go see what this is all about. Okay, we talked about ENPH yesterday. Let's go there. I think I put our lines on a different chart. I put the lines, told you there will be a support right there at 111. There is a gap that is around that 111. I did this graphing on my Thinkorswim yesterday when we were on the call. Looks like this. We dropped down here on Friday. This morning we opened at 119 and some change, and we've got a little bit of red going so far. We're going down. I think we showed though that here we go. We showed that EMPH was on the call credit spread, but we also looked at it on the put credit spread side. Looking for a pencil. We looked at it on the put credit spread and the call credit spread side. I don't see a writing utensil because I wanted us to make sure that we could see that it might be an opportunity for an iron condor. I don't necessarily enter iron condors on the same day. If I decide I like one direction or the other, then I go with one, then the other. The 120, 121 was the call credit spread side, and I believe we had 109 and 110 for the put credit spread side. We looked at, there's another gap up here. I want you to move. There we go. That's a little higher. There's also one in here. Like I've said before, nature likes to fill its gaps. Doesn't necessarily mean they fill quickly, but they do fill their gaps. So current price is at 116, right? And I think we talked about 120. I believe I said 120. Yep, 120 and 121 as because this gaps provide support and resistance depending on where they are. So when they're above us, this is seller's gap, means there's sellers that are in here, that there's resistance right here at the 122. Okay, 122 is resistance. All right, that's EMPH. Let me go check and see if I've got any comments because I can't see when I'm doing them like this. I can't see whether there's comments. Yep. Stop sharing. Let it just be me. Oh, let's see who came. Good morning. Good morning, Lady T. Miss Cheryl's here. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Miss Sylvia. Hey, Barbara. Hey, sis. Good morning. No students today. Yay, Saida. No kids today. Just teachers. Anand, good morning. Kat, good morning. Cynthia, good morning, you all. On these days, I'm hoping to, on Monday and Wednesday, I'm hoping to finish my class in time enough to be able to come on closer to 9:30. But we're going to do YouTube morning calls for a season. And because this is the year of transition. This is the year of transition. Hey, Patrick, how you doing? Okay, so that was EMPH. What do you say we're gonna look at next? I think we looked at Amazon. Let's go check Amazon again. If there's a stock on here that you're interested in us looking at, let me know. Or something that you saw some news this morning that you want us to look at, then let me know. We'll go take a check. Okay. Share the screen yet again. And we're going to allow, and then we're going to go here. Okay. Amazon has a lot of lines on this here chart. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll have all these lines on my chart and then I'll get frustrated because there's too many. Then I'll just clear it all and start all over. I'm like, this is too much stuff on my chart. I don't know what these things are. And then I'll go. This was the gap back here between Wednesday and Thursday of last week. And part of the gap, this is weird, right? That part of this gap has been filled by today's candle. Today's candle has jumped in and decided it's going to fill in some stuff. So let's move this one down actually. And then we need to add another gap, one above where we currently are. Might be a little premature to put this on because as we go through the day, that may fill in some more information, some more stuff on there. But right now, Amazon is at 148. Yesterday we had 148, 149. We talked about as a potential for a call credit spread, but that may not be the way to go just yet. This is why when we talk about the ones that we pop up or we talk about on Sundays or the weekend, I always say to wait till Monday and then and then look at it again. So you can see I do want this particular stock. I want to trade this stock, but then you want to confirm the numbers when you get in when the market is open. We want to confirm the mark you confirm the numbers when the market is open. Okay? All righty. Um I still see Amazon has some room here. We got the bottom. We had a iron condor 141.42 and 148.49. You might want to watch the call credit spread one and really see where Amazon goes. Now we're doing credit spreads for the week. So you want to look at I was just opening up my Thinkorswim. It'll open in a minute. All right, let's go look at SOXL. I don't think we looked directly at it from a charting standpoint yesterday. We did talk about it from the chart your way to 100K. We did talk about it then, right? And if you didn't join chart your way to 100K, you still can. If you wanted to get in on chart your way to 100K, you still can get in on that, right? We had 1 week and we there's a replay for that 1 week. So we did the basics of charting. We looked at candlesticks and such. If you want to still get in on chart your way to 100K, you can go to that website, chartyourway to 100K.com, and grip hope, then you can get the replay and you can join us and be ready for weeks 2, 3, and 4. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel and you're hanging out with me, please go ahead and subscribe, subscribe, share, pass the word. Pass the word. Tell people this good news. We told people about the color purple. We told people about good restaurants we like. We told people to go watch Cat Williams and Shannon Sharp. Tell people to come watch YouTube videos with Arlissa. Go tell them to come on, come on. Okay, so this is SOXL. SOXL has a buyer's gap high. It jumped up this morning because that's what this is. This is the morning gap right in here, right? Jumped up this morning. So we looked at support being down here in the 2492 area, but now that you've got a gap here, the bottom of this gap can also play support. All right. We're looking for resistance. We've got a seller's gap up here. Seller's gap is going to provide some resistance. There's also a little one here. It may also, you can see here, boom, boom. These two candles right here are big. So 28, I think we had, I didn't have numbers for SOXL. If you were looking at numbers for SOXL credit spreads, put them in the chat. Put them in the comments so we can see. I didn't write down a number. I was looking only at the call credit spread side the put credit spread side to come up from here. So I'm gonna look back at it again to see maybe around 25. I may come to 25 and look there. Okay. Let's see if we got any comments in there. Ooh, this is fun. Oh, let's go check out SPX while we're waiting for Thinkorswim to open up. See if our breakout is actually still breaking. A firm to look at. Okay, Kat, we can look at a firm. When you get the stocks that you like, that work for you, trade them over and over and over. All right, because that way you get used to looking at it. You get used to seeing its patterns. You trade the same ones over and over and over. Like I like Carvana, and I like to look at and trade Amazon. All right, you get ones you like. So people who are in our community who do SPX only, the zero DTE. I haven't talked about zero DTE in a minute. I'm gonna have to do another zero DTE discussion because we haven't talked about that in a little while. We've kind of focused more on credit spreads, and zero DTE is credit spreads, but we're looking at those daily credit spreads. I don't want y'all to think I've run away from our zero DTEs because I have not. I have not. Let's go back to the 15-minute chart, see what we got going. Looks like we did actually break out of the 15-minute candle, and we had a red one 15. So maybe time to look at a put credit spread. Again, not investment advice, but let's see if we can pull us out some. See if we can pull us out some dollars. Remember, we do this early. If you're going to get in on SPX this early in the morning, you need to use the PDT hack. Okay, this is me strongly. This is me strongly talking to you that if you're going to get in this early in the morning, you need to do the PDT hack. PDT hack allows you to lock in your profits. Allows you to lock in your profits um, without using a day trade. PDT hack. You can find it on my website. There's a nice little resource. I think it's $17 that tells you exactly how to day trade each day without using your day trades. How you can day trade without using your day trades. I think I do have a video on my YouTube channel as well about it. I know it's not as involved as the resource is, but it can give you an idea. PDT hack. It talks to the video, something like how to do unlimited day trades or something like that is the name of the video. You can go and check that out. Okay. So if we're looking at the chart for SPX, what is this? Oh, I'm on a monthly chart. Like, why did that get so close? We're looking for 15 minutes. And I am on SPX, I believe. Yes, I am. Sorry, you all, if I'm hurting anybody's eyes. Forgive. When I run it across that fast like that, sometimes it gets that bothers people. Okay, so we did break out here. You may look for a PCS or a put credit spread first. May look for a put credit spread first. Let's go see what's on our trade. We're going to look at the single. There's several different ways to do this, right? I have speaking of resources, I have a resource on my Educator2trader channel that tells you, like, depending on what time you want to enter these zero DTEs, the strategy goes along with the time. So if you're doing the morning, it tells you what to do. If you're doing noontime, it tells you what to do. If you want to wait till 1 o'clock or 2:30, it tells you what to do. If you want to do it for the week, it tells you what to do. Okay. XSP, if you're doing smaller, there's also something in there for XSP, right? There's like 5, 6 different time frames you can enter for SPX 0 DTE based on your life. And that's all inside of the SPX for weekly and daily profits, I believe it's called. It's maybe the third icon at educator2trader.com. And it walks you through all the steps. It's in video form. You got some examples. It's all the stuff you need if you want to trade SPX 0 DTE and XSP 0 DTE. Look, we got a resource and a training for you. All right. We're looking here for put credit spread, maybe a probability out of the money, maybe 4,700, 46.95, somewhere in there. I'm going back to the chart. 4,700 is right here. 46.95 puts us down in this window. So I'm probably be okay with either of these, but let's go look now when it goes into vertical. We go into the vertical. Okay, 4,700, 46.95, 4,700 is paying $80 right now. Paying $80. 4,700 gave us 74% probability out of the money. It's like it's jumping around a little bit. If you like that 85, you 4,700. This means you're expecting the price to stay above 4,700. This is not investment advice. If you decide to take this trade, you're taking it. You're the CEO of your own portfolio. I just looked at the chart. I looked at probability out of the money. You're going to need to make sure that you're comfortable with this move. Okay? Everybody get back in my comments. I don't want you coming back into the comments going, well, I took the trade, lost my money. No, no, no. There's a whole process that go along with this. It includes watching the breakout, going along with the breakout, checking your PDT hack, right? Going with the PDT. So we did a put credit spread already. Okay, we did a put credit spread already. I'm going to go monitor. We're on SPX. Did a put credit spread. 46.95, 4700. We did 46.95. We did a put credit spread. So now we need to go and back to the trade, and we're doing the same numbers, and we're doing a call credit spread. Same numbers, call credit spread. We collected, what did we collect? $95, I think it said, or 90 on our field orders. We collected $90, which means we want to keep $90 received is $410 of max loss. We want to put our profit on top of that 410. Okay, so we're gonna go back to trade, call credit spread on this side. We want, I'm gonna do about 450 because max loss is 4. If I do 450, I'm going to get, keep $40 of profits. Okay, 410 was max loss. If I put in 450, then you put this in, and then this particular side, the opposite side, has to wait. It's going to be in the working folder. Notice the price is currently, I don't want that. I want the working part. Current price is at 440. It says we're in the sim. Sim likes to give you a little extra. I want 450. It's currently worth 440. Or 415. This trade will not fill until mark is at the same place as the price I'm wanting. Okay? It won't fill until it's at the same place. So don't say, I put in 450 and it didn't fill. It won't fill till it's worth that. It has to be worth what you're asking for. It's almost like if you decide you want to, buy a car or sell a car. Let's go buy a car. You can't buy it unless it's worth what you'll sell it for what it's worth. If you say I want to sell it for 5,000 and it's not worth that yet, then you can't sell it for that. Same thing with this. You want to sell this for 450 and at this point it's worth 400. Once it becomes worth this, then this trade should fill. Sometimes it takes it dances around because it's a spread. So two things have to line up perfectly. Dun, 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 dun. Then when they line up, they click. Coop. That's what happens, right? They got to line up first though. Okay. Let's go look at XSP. I said I hadn't talked about zero DTE and dove straight in. XSP. XSP is the mini of SPX. XSP is the mini of SPX. I'm gonna look on the chart. The chart shows up kind of funny though on XSP sometimes on Thinkorswim, so I have to be mindful of that. But this is XSP. Same thing, same numbers. We looked at what, 4,700? We just take that last zero off, so it becomes 470 here. This is 10%. This is 10% of the SPX. Let's go to the trade screen and put it on single and check our probability out of the money. 470 has a 77% probability out of the money. 470. We take the zero off of the other one. So switch over to vertical. The good thing about XSP is it's a one spread. So you only have to leverage $100 in this one. With SPX, you got to leverage 500 because it's a 5 spread. You collect, like in our case, we collected $90. That means our max loss was 410. So with this one, with 469, 470, this is a one spread. We're going to select this and we're going to collect $14. We're collecting $14. That is going to we're going to leverage $86. So our max loss is $86. If you take in 14 on this trade, your max loss is the 100 minus your premiums. That's how that goes. Okay, we can go back and monitor. That one hasn't picked up yet. So it's just hanging out on the monitor screen right now. All right, we said we were going to go look at a firm. I got to go check my comments, see if we got any comments over here. I don't see that there's anything there. SOXL 3031. Okay. Let's go there. You got 30-31 on the put credit spread side, Kat, or if that on the call credit spread side? I'm thinking that's the. Let's look at SOXL quick. Oh yeah, that's the call credit spread side. Let's see what our chart looks like here. We'll come back to Affirm too. Look at our daily, just so we'll see. Oops, sorry, blew past it. Yeah, there's a gap up here. Got this gap between this seller's gap, 29.99. Now this will provide resistance. It's a seller's gap. Okay. And then if you were trying to look at support for put credit spread, maybe below this $25, maybe where you, because there's filling the gap right now. There's a gap between these two, gap between 28 and 26.64, and looks like it's trying to fill that gap now. Okay, this gap will fill because it's a seller's gap, and then this $28 will provide some resistance. But now we're talking about credit spreads for the week, so we've still got multiple days to still go. So you want to keep that in mind. So let's see. Pardon me. Looking for the 12th, looking at the single. I think I like the put credit spread first. 20, 26, 25, 26. Nope, not you. 26 looks like it's a 75% probably, but that's about right. 25, 26. Let's see if we got here. Change it over to vertical. 25. I'm making it into a one spread. You can do it as a 50-cent spread. Let's talk about this real quick. This has 50 cent. This is 25.526. So it's a 50-cent spread. You can really go with it. That's all you need is $50 of collateral. This is going to pay $9 or $10. You're going to pay $1 to enter, about that dollar and some change to enter. And the remainder of that, this is at $9 or $10. This is a 20% return on that collateral. Take away the fee. Let's say it's an 18% return on that collateral. Because $50, you're going to collect 10 and you're leveraging 50. Collecting 10 and leveraging 50. And then, but you can turn it into a one spread too. You can also turn it into a one spread, right? You can do it and turn, if we did 25, 26, made it into a one spread. So that way you're collecting $16 and leveraging 84. Okay, you can also do it like that. Let's go look at the call credit spread side. Oh, looks like our other side of our PDT hack on the SPX did fill. Price must still be going up in SPX because that other side filled on the call credit spread side. Anybody in my community who got into a trade, a PDT hack, put something in the chat, in the comments saying, yep, I'm in SPX. Okay, or XSP, whichever one you did. I'm looking at the single on the top side of SOXL. SOXL seems like it wants to be moving upwards. So I think we want to make sure that we're protecting ourselves on this top side because it's been going up for 3 days. So Kat suggested 30-31. I like that because that puts you up here in this gap, and there's a couple of resistance levels between here and there. So 30 has a 81% probability out of the money. I can work with that. Change it to vertical. You could do 30, 30.5. If you're doing the other side, then you're not putting any more money up, right? If you did the put credit spread side. So 30, 30.5 is paying $8, right? You can go with that. Or if you want to make it a little wider spread, you can say 30, 31. That's paying $14. You can always adjust this number too, by the way. Turn it to something like 16, adjust it yourself, and then send that too. Okay. I want to go back to SPX real quick. And then I'll go to Affirm. See what SPX got going. Chart. 15 minutes. Oh yeah, SPX still moving up. So if you did your put credit spread and then put on a call credit spread, your second side should be close to picking up if it hadn't already. This is what SPX is doing today. It's moving on up. Now it did kind of go through a resistance area. This would have been resistance back here in the 47.19 area. What did I tell y'all for the numbers from Adam? 47.06, we were going to dip and then get to 47.16 plus. 47.16 plus. So we're at that 47.16. We're actually past it right now, too. Let's stop sharing so I can see if we got any comments. Affirm, SOXL, got a call credit spread. There we go. Did anybody get into the SPX trade? Even if you got in your sim. Even if you got in your sim, put it in the comments. I did 46.95, 4,700, and then set a PDT hack. Use the PDT hack for a CCS. I locked in. Actually, mine gave me more money. I only asked for $40. It locked in a little bit higher. Locked in $40 in profit today. Good thing about the PDT hack, once it's set, once both sides pick up, then you don't have to worry about that trade anymore for the day. You don't go bothering up with it. You don't close it. You don't do anything with it. You did, no matter what the money looks like. Oh, it's getting big. You leave it because you need both of those trades in order to keep your money locked in. Once you lock in your PDT hack, you leave that. You don't go bothering with it. Alrighty? Don't go fooling up with it. All right, let's go look at Affirm. Anybody got questions while I'm looking at the comments? Anybody got questions while I'm looking at the comments? I need to get some more light in here. Ooh. I'm moving offices anyway, so I don't need to worry about no more light. I'm changing offices today. They put me someplace different. Okay, let's go look at Affirm. Share screen. Entire screen. Yep, I can allow. And then I'm going to look at Affirm. AFRM. Okay, Affirm. I think we're coming out of this support down here. Moving this. Looks like a put credit spread would be a great move for this. For the week, we came right down into this zone. Now there is this gap, but the gap is going to want to be filled. Very straightforward action today. 47.17 target. I just was looking at Adam's tweet. If you can follow him on Twitter. He's Adam Mancini 04. You just need to remember that there's a gap between what the numbers he's giving you, which is ES numbers. It'll be a gap between that and SPX. You just have to look at and keep that because the gap shrinks. It opens, it widens and shrinks from like it gets to its wide, then it kind of shrinks down over time. 44.31 is resistance here, 46.60. And 41.45 is support. Let's see what kind of numbers we're looking at. Kat, what kind of numbers you looking at for Affirm? I think we're going with a put credit spread first. First trade you should do should be with the trend. Your first trade should be with the trend. And then when you put on the second side, you give that some time, maybe a few days, maybe Wednesday you look, Thursday you look to put on the other side. But the first one should be with the trend. And right now, Affirm's trend is upward. right? Just like we just looked at SOXL. SOXL has an upward trend. That means your first trade in those should be with the trend. Second trade is closer to expiration because you don't really know where it's going to stop. Amazon, same thing. Amazon is going up today. You trade with the trend. And if you're going to put on the other side, you put that on Wednesday or Thursday. So that way you can get money from the other side, but you don't necessarily put that on too early unless you're sure it's staying between a consolidation zone. Okay. Affirm, put credit spread side. We're looking at 72% probability. 76 is probably 40 and 41. Probably safer to go subtract 3. Yeah, 41 will be good. Don't forget this plus minus number. Take 3.4 away from this. We're at 41. I'm liking that. So 40, 41. Mm-hmm. 40, 41. You can do it at 50 cents. This is also a 50-cent spread. So you could leave it as 41, 40.5, only $50 collateral there. If you want to widen the spread though, see 40, 40.5, 41 is paying $10. Again, that's a 20% return on your collateral. That's only going to take $50. You're going to make 10. But you can also do 40, 41. And that's going to collect $17. $17 in premiums. You can always, bump. Sometimes I bump up $1. I figure I got time today because it's not moving that fast. So if I can get an extra dollar, that extra dollar covers my fees. That's kind of the way I do that. All right. And then on this SOXL, you should this is Affirm. You should probably do Affirm the call credit spread side after a few days after you see how far it goes or see what happens in the next couple of days. Okay. You say I couldn't figure out which one. 48, 49, 40, 40.5 for Friday. Yep, that would be good, Lady T. 48, 49 would probably work too. Yeah, because that's the top of that gap. 48, 49. I'm gonna show my screen one more time because that's a good point there. Present the English language. So interesting. There we go. This gap that's here, the top of this gap, which will provide resistance, is 48.89. So it may be 49.50 because you want to be on the other side of that gap. So let's look at what 49.50 has to offer. It may not offer much because it's kind of far away. 49.50, it's paying, change this to 50. It's paying $5. Now I'll tell you what you do here in this situation, Kat and whoever else may like this strike. What you can do is you say, okay, I like this strike, but I want a certain amount of money for it. If you say I like 49.50, but I really want to make $15 on this. I'd rather make more money, on this particular strike. Maybe I go with 19, $18, whatever you want, you kind of have an idea of what's realistic for credit spread premiums, right? You say I really want more money, but I like these strikes. You can keep your strikes, put in what you do want in the price, and then change this to good till canceled. Good till cancel. Change it from day to good till cancel. What this will cause this to do is it will sit in the working queue, and then when the price gets to this, it will pick up. What I like about doing this though is sometimes I put it on something more than it actually is, but I like the strike is I put the order in and then it'll sit here. So it's every now and then when I go back and look at my working orders, I can see what's the proximity of it to this particular strike, right? I just let it sit there and then when I look at the working, I can see where it is. All right. Now just know when you put this order on, because this is a one spread, it will block off the buying power It will block the buying power right then because it's as soon as the order is ready, it's going to fill. So, I'm not sure, however you work in your buying power, just know some of you, if you put an order on that's just going to be working, the buying power will be blocked off while it's working that order. Okay. It will do that. All righty. Tell me who's got questions. Tell me who's got questions. We're going to continue to do uh, YouTube in the mornings, at least one more week, and maybe even longer than that. I got to see how I feel about it. At some point, you probably should go ahead and grab hold to it. We're going to keep this morning call under the membership part on YouTube. So if you want to just do the morning call, you can join the booster level on YouTube. If you want to have all the pieces of the membership, my membership includes the morning call. It includes a weekly call on Wednesdays where we do some topic-based training. Last week we did trading plans. This week we're going to do psychology of trading. We'll swing to some strategies next week. Then we also have a monthly call on the first Saturday where we talk about strategies that we're working. We have an exclusive Telegram group where we do trades together. We have support. It's just a really great community. Okay, so that's my entire membership that you can find on educator2trader.com, and that's $97. If you only want to do the morning call, if you only want to just, all I want is the morning call, then that's $35 on, I think it's $34.99 on YouTube. Okay, if you just want to join the membership. There's some other levels to the membership, and each of them has its own level of things. I'm just talking about the morning call. The Chart Your Way to 100K boot camp is still going on. We started it last Saturday, this past Saturday, not last, a couple of days ago, Saturday. And you, not too late. If you want to join up with us and get stronger on your fundamentals this month, you can go to Chart Your Way to 100K. .com, and that will get you where you want to go. Don't forget, this year we're going left in 2024. We're leaning in on 1 to 2 strategies. We're not trying to spread ourselves too thin. We got too many things going on in our minds to be doing too many things in our trading. Let's narrow it down and streamline. When we streamline and get more strategic, we're going to see more profits. We want education. You can find all the products I talk about on my website, educator2trader.com, educator2trader.com, and then focus on the fundamentals. We're focusing on those, and we're trading with a plan. All right. I believe that. And then this is our whole calendar of all the stuff that we do. We got a lot of stuff we do on E2T to support the traders, to make sure that we are getting all the stuff that we need. We got the morning calls. We got cash flow on cash flow game we play usually on second Saturday. We're not playing it this month because we're doing the Chart Your Way to 100K, but that's a fun time. We always hang out together. And Wednesdays, I'm live on YouTube on Sundays and on Wednesday. And then I'm live now in the morning, seems like. Yes. Yes, that's what we're doing. Okay. Well, I want you to make sure you like and subscribe. Share the wealth. Tell the people all about what we're doing over here. Tell the people, subscribe. Join us in all the social places. And we do 2 things in this community. Y'all can't see my twos. There we go. We do 2 things. We stay green and we get this money. All righty. I'll see you in the market. Everybody have a really good green day. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye, everyone. Bye bye.